सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Dakshinamoorthy Stotram, 4th verse. We will chant together. Nana chidra khatodharasthitamaha deepa prabhavaswaram jnanam yasya tu chakshuradikarana dvara bahispandate janamiti tameva bhantamanubhat etat samastam jagat tasmai shri gurumurtaye namaidam shri Dakshinamoorthaye. Shankaracharya revealing the entire teaching of Vedanta, that is Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Brahma Satyam, Brahman alone is real. Jagat Mithya, the world is unreal. By giving two examples, he revealed that 2 points. One is the city in the mirror, and another is the dream example. Just as the dreamer, dream world, dream experience, all are unreal, similarly the entire universe is also unreal. And the mirror reflects the city, just as the reflected city in the mirror is unreal. Similarly, the whole universe is also unreal. Having said that, in 2 verses, first 2 verses, then 3rd and 4th verse, Acharya revealing that Brahman is none other than me alone, the consciousness. To reveal that consciousness, first he introduced that consciousness is of the nature of existence. In 3rd verse, Yasyaiva Spuranam Sadatmakam. Sadrupena, that Atma, the Brahman, pervades every object. Brahman in the form of existence enlivens or lends existence to every nama rupa in this world. That is evident for us when we utter any word, name. Man is, house is, she is, he is, it is. That easiness is non-variable, but what is variable. House is, man is, woman is, animal is, bird is, they are all variables. But the easiness in every object continuously inheres intrinsically is non-variable. That easiness is called existence. Capital E we have to write. That existence is formless. You cannot see that pure existence. Shuddha Sat cannot be seen, cannot be heard, cannot be touched. Whatever cannot be touched, seen, heard is formless. To understand that formless principle, come down to the example of electricity. If you have a difficulty of understanding the formless existence, how can I comprehend this existence? How can I understand this existence? Suppose you are supposed to understand by this time. If at all we are not able to understand that also, come to the electricity example. It is formless. It is not visible for us. It is available in different electrical gadgets. You are appreciating that formless electricity through the gadgets. Similarly, this existence also to be appreciated, to be grasped, to be understood by every human being in every object. This is called existence, Brahman. Satyam, in Taittiriya Upanishad language, that Brahman is called Satyam. Sat principle. Pure existence is Sat principle. Samanya Satta. Samanya Satta, general existence, is not available for our perception. But that general Satta, general existence, Samanya Satta, can be appreciated through Vishesha Satta. Vishesha means specific. Vishesha Satta is a specific existence, a particular object. In every particular object, you appreciate that existence. Brahman is there in this mic when we say, according to our Sanatana Dharma, Vaidika Dharma, Hindu Dharma, Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam. Bhagavan is everywhere. Everything is Bhagavan. How? That statement we do out of faith, out of Shraddha. But that faith, that belief, that Shraddha has to be converted into knowledge. Intellect cannot withstand with belief for a long time. Your own intellect will question how God is everywhere, how everything is Bhagavan. Your intellect alone will ask when you are alone, separately. When you are all with the people, intellect will not think much. When you are alone, sitting in meditation or sitting in solitude, your intellect will question how God is everywhere. In religion, they say God is everywhere. In Vedanta, we say Brahman is everywhere. God is replaced by the word Brahman. Brahman philosophy we call Brahman. In religion, they call it as God. Brahman is Nirguna Chaitanyam. In religion, God is Saguna Chaitanyam. Your Nirguna Ishvara in philosophy, very abstract, very difficult to grasp. Therefore, Shastra introduced religion, Saguna Ishvara. Saguna Chaitanyam, for our understanding sake, we give the name. Shiva is, Ganesha is, Balaji is, that God with easiness, so that you can handle easily. Handle in the sense you can understand easily. Just as that example you have to remember. For a child, 1 year, 2-year-old child learning to stand, catching something, learning to walk. Otherwise, child cannot learn walking. You give the walker like 3-wheel, some bandi. So that child start walking along with that. After some time, the child gets strength in its feet. The child automatically drops that playing. That is a playing thing only for child. Learning for learning's sake. Afterwards it drops that. That walking stick like it is in mood call irukandike. We used to learn walking like that only. All of us. Yes? And that is very, very enjoyable. Now you want, after 4 years, 3 years, child runs like anything, not so fast. No requirement of that. Similarly, religion is like that. It is a walking supporter like. Saguna Ishvara is also walking supporter like. Then you grow and mature mentally, intellectually. As you are growing, you are able to grasp. Shastra expects you are supposed to understand that. Without name and form, you can understand Sat and Chit. You can grasp that. Until you grow, Shastra gives support of Ekarupa, Vishwarupa. Sufficiently you take even Janmas also, Shastra won't bother. You worship God. Anyhow, finally you have to come to Arupa. That is what we are talking now, very abstract. If I am not mature enough, this subject will feel so difficult. Since you are all listening from length of time consistently, you are able to grasp that. Suddenly a person listens newly, first time, that person cannot grasp clearly. So who are attending, the students itself feeling difficult to grasp. Anyhow, even though it is difficult, but it is not impossible, because that is the truth. Now this is about existence. Now Taittiriya Upanishad says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Another feature of Brahman is Jnanam. Jnanam means what? Chaitanyam. Chit, in short form, it is called Chit. Consciousness. That Brahman is not only existence principle, but that is consciousness principle. That is given in the 4th shloka. Tatu Tvam Asi. The Guru teaches that existence you are, pure existence, in the form of amness. So that amness existence presupposes consciousness. Presupposes consciousness. How? That example we enter later. But we have to understand what is the background here. That existence, now we have understood existence. Irupudal, irukra tanmai, in every object. What about my body? Since that existence is all-pervading in every object without any exception, it must be there in this body also. In what way it is expressed here? How it is expressed here? How it is manifesting here? You say body is, I am, that word you use. In Tamil you say நான் இருக்கேன், நான் இருக்கேன், நான் இருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். இந்த இருக்கிற தன்மை, that is called enclosed existence. Enclosed existence. In Mike, existence is enclosed existence. In between Mike and me also there is existence, but it is unenclosed existence. Enclosed existence in one object is graspable, understandable, but unenclosed existence cannot be grasped or understandable. It cannot be understandable. Between me and the mic, existence is there. Suppose I keep the clip in between me and the mic, you can grasp existence. How? What way you grasp existence? Between me and the mic, you grasp that ungraspable, ununderstandable existence as clip. Clip is. If I keep another clip also, clips are, two clips are there in between. The object is not there, it is not understandable. If object is not there, you can say existence is not there. No. Since it is not enclosed, unenclosed existence cannot be grasped. But existence is there. Once I keep in my hand is between mic and my body, my hand is. Correct? If easiness is not there, suppose my hand is, remove the easiness, my hand will become non-existence. So to say hand is, easiness has to be there. That is why easiness is all pervading. Now this enclosed existence, which is consciousness, existence alone is consciousness. Sadeva chit, chideva sat. Therefore, this enclosed consciousness in this body, giving, which is giving the self-awareness. Self-awareness. That self-awareness which is expressed in the form of I am. Enclosed existence which is consciousness alone, which consciousness is giving self-awareness, which self-awareness is expressed in the form of I am. I'll repeat once again. What is that? Enclosed existence, which is consciousness alone, which is giving self-awareness, which self-awareness is expressed in the form of I am. This I am is called Sakshi Chaitanyam. That enclosed existence which is called consciousness, which consciousness is giving self-awareness, because of which self-awareness I am expressing through the word I am, that I am is called Sakshi Chaitanyam. So consciousness is enclosed consciousness. In living beings, that existence manifests as consciousness also. That enclosed existence in living beings manifests as consciousness also, but not in inert objects. Body mind is inert, just like the clip doesn't have self-awareness. It doesn't know I am clip, nor it can know I am in Swamini's hand. Swamini is holding me. All students are looking at me. The clip doesn't have its own self-awareness. It doesn't have the awareness about surroundings also. Correct? Clip doesn't have self-awareness. Clip doesn't have surrounding awareness also. Whatever doesn't have self-awareness and surrounding awareness is called object. Whatever doesn't have self-awareness and surrounding awareness is called inert entity, jada padartham, or object. It comes under object. The entire universe, what you are experiencing, is inert object. Inert object, it doesn't have its own objective world, doesn't have its own self-awareness, it doesn't have surrounding awareness. But living beings, they have self-awareness and they have surrounding awareness. Very, very terse subject. This is the crux of Vedanta. Sat, Chit. Body is also, body, mind also, by themselves, originally, naturally, they don't have self-awareness because they are inert. Body doesn't have self-awareness. I am body. Body cannot have self-awareness by itself. Mind also cannot have self-awareness because it is matter. Matter cannot have self-awareness on its own. Neither self-awareness nor surrounding awareness body cannot have. Mind cannot have that. Neither self-awareness nor surrounding awareness. But now how this body mind has got self-awareness and surrounding awareness? Because there is enclosed existence which is consciousness, which is giving self-awareness to the mind. Through that mind, body become sentient. The matter, body, matter, mind borrows sentiency through Chidabhasa. Chit, that is Chaitanyam, Sat Chit, all pervading. That Chit available in the mind lends Chidabhasa to the mind. That enclosed existence in the body, which is nothing but consciousness, Chit, lends its reflection to the mind, a refined matter. Once that mind gets Chidabhasa, then that mind will get the capacity of enlivening the inert body, makes the body sentient. Chit, Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness. Because of reflected consciousness, this body, this mind, which were not having previously self-awareness and surrounding awareness, now they get self-awareness and surrounding awareness. How it is expressed? That self-awareness, I am. It is expressed as I am. And after having self-awareness in the form of I am, then what next? I am aware of my son. I am aware of my house. I am aware of my car. I am aware of my dress. I am aware of my body. That I am arise that. That is called self-awareness, which is because of Chidabhasa, which is because of Chit. Chidabhasa Sahita Manaha enlivens the inert body, matter. After this much process, what? Pure existence, pure consciousness. And then enclosed existence, enclosed consciousness. And lends Chidabhasa to the mind. They cannot lend Chidabhasa to the body directly. Mind, subtle matter alone can borrow that Chidabhasa. Once the mind borrows Chidabhasa and it enlivens the inert body, body becomes sentient. Hands start moving, eyes start blinking, mind starts thinking, ears start hearing, tongue starts tasting, talking. Every function is started. Then so functions, interactions are started, you say, you are aware of the surroundings. Now where from this knowledge is coming? Awareness about surroundings, awareness about myself. This is called self-awareness. That self-awareness, surrounding awareness because of Chidabhasa, Chidabhasa is because of Chit. Now tell me, am I the physical body, inert body or inert mind? Or am I reflected consciousness? Am I Chit? You have to decide. But what mistake we commit? What mistake we commit? We take this inert body as ourself. We take this inert mind as ourself. Ignoring the Chidabhasa, Ahankara, that is Jiva. Ahankara, Jiva is Chidabhasa, is none other than originally Chit alone. The whole glory, the greatness goes to Chit only, not to Chidabhasa. Not to the body mind. But how people are doing this mistake, and that is what Maya. Because lack of understanding, lack of study of scriptures from a competent teacher, How long they commit this mistake? As long as they have ignorance, they commit this mistake. This mistake leads to many errors, many confusions. One mistake, one misconception leads to many mistakes. That is called suffering. That is called samsara. Ignorance caused samsara. Leads to dukkham, sorrow. Why they are all covered, this knowledge is covered? What is the reason? Because body has got limitations. Body has got hunger, thirst. We are enamored, carried away by this thirst, hunger, sleep, fear and desire. Jnanis are those people who mastered the body-mind, disciplined the body-mind, regulated the body-mind activities in spite of fulfilling the basic needs of the body-mind complex. Providing food, providing water, providing sleep, providing everything to the body, but they know the limitations of the body. That is why yoga helps here. Discipline this instrument, the medium, to understand this self-awareness, where from it is coming, how it is coming, what is the process. Ashtanga Yoga play a big role here. For that much only Ashtanga Yoga, not for anything else. If you have Ashtanga Yoga Abhyasa, the mind, body, both are disciplined, that mind gets the capacity to receive the Guru's teaching. Understand the self-awareness is called Sakshi Chaitanyam. You cannot say how to know what is Sakshi Chaitanyam. You cannot ask. Sakshi Chaitanyam is available. It is proved in every experience. Pratibodha viditam matam. Pramata use the pramanam to know the prameyam. Prameya means object. Every prameyam object, I can talk about any object. Flower, clip, house, mic, fan, everything. The experience of that object proves the existence of experiencer. Knower. Knower is proved by the known. You are, how to know Sakshi Chaitanyam? How to know I am Pramata? You are the knower. Knower of what? Known objects. Therefore, every prameyam is the proof for the existence of Pramata. You talk about the object. House is an object. Fan is an object. Mic is an object. Every object you are talking, this is object, I am objectifying. Every objectification, every object can be an object only when there is subject. Every prameyam is a prameyam. Prameyam means object. Every object is an object only when there is, say loudly, only when there is subject. The knower, the experiencer. Therefore, I am the knower, the experiencer is proved because of known objects. So the prameya proves the pramata, the knower. I am aware of, but the object always needs, prameya needs a pramata. Another important Point, next point. Every prameyam, every object needs pramata, the subject. Object cannot exist as an object without subject. Without me, the subject. Without me, the experiencer, the experienced, cannot have any existence of its own. Therefore, object is dependently existing. I, the subject, am independently existing. To say clip is, it is depending upon me, the subject. Because clip doesn't have self-awareness. And clip doesn't have surrounding awareness. That is why it is object. That I, the subject, am having self-awareness also, surrounding awareness also. That which has got self-awareness and surrounding awareness is called subject. Subject and Sakshi Chaitanyam independently existing without object is there or not. Anyadeva viditad atho aviditad adhina. I, the subject, need not be proved. I survey that if object is there, this object is not there, I survey. Everything is in proper or not. I can survey the objects, their presence. But I need not survey whether I am there or not. That is called self-awareness. You survey whether chair is there or not. You survey my friend has come or not to the class. You survey whether they are there or not, you can survey. You search for that. Do you survey yourself? Am I there or not? Never. That's why the self-awareness is that which doesn't require survey. Object is that which requires survey by the subject. But the subject I am doesn't require any survey. That's why I am self-evident. This is presented in Upanishads. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yam agnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Bhati anubhati. I am self-awareness, self-evident. I know I am. Bhati. But clip is anubhati. It is evident through me only, because of me only. Its existence is because of me only. Object cannot have its own existence without the subject. That's why mayeva sakalam jatam. I alone lend existence to the entire universe. Every nama rupa. That consciousness is presented here as with the example. The chit, chidabhasa, mind, body, sense organs, world experience. Whole thing is presented as Nana Chidra Ghatodara Sthita Maha Deepa Prabha Bhaswaram. Imagine there is a dark room, pitch darkness, and you kept a light there, flame, lamp is there, and there is a lamp you put a pot which has got holes, and you put the pot on that flame, the light that is covered. Which pot has got holes. Keep 5 holes, minimum 5 holes. And now this dark room is illumined through these 5 holes. Beam of light pervades the dark room. Through 5 holes of this pot, 5 beams of light comes out, pervades the dark room, illumines the dark room. Correct? Like that, Nana Chidra Ghatodara Sthita Maha Deepa Prabha Bhaswaram. Similarly, Jnanam, next line, Jnanam Yasya Tu Chakshuradhikarana Bahispandate. Dashtanta. First line is Drishtanta, example. Second line is Dashtanta. Just as the pot which has got holes, in which there is a flame, from which that beam of lights are coming, similarly, this body is like a pot, which has got 5 sense organs, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, holes, Jnana, Indriyani. Consciousness inside is like a flame, light. Light like consciousness is there in the pot-like body, which has got 5 holes, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Indriyani. Because of Chidabhasa, the vritti arise in the mind. Vritti is like a beam of light. Shabda vritti, through the ear, Shabda vritti comes and goes, hear the sound and brings back. Vritti goes and pervades the object. From Chakshu, beam of thought comes and pervades. Now this flower is there, white jasmine flower. Suppose you see, my eyes, the thought, flower thought, Chidabhasa Sahita. Vritti comes from the eye, that is whole. Eyes pervades. The vritti comes through the eyes and pervades the flower. This is called vritti vyapti. Flower vritti vyapti. Flower thought. How that flower thought has come? Thought has come from within, from the mind. How that inert mind can send the thought outside? Because along with Chidabhasa. How that Chidabhasa happened? Because of Chit Chaitanyam. That Chit Chaitanyam formed a Chidabhasa in the mind. Along with that Chidabhasa, the mind thought, in the mind thought arises. That thought comes through the eyes and pervade the flower. You get flower thought, vritti vyapti. Once the flower thought comes, then you get flower knowledge also. Pushpa jnanam. To get pushpa jnanam, you require pushpa vritti. First vritti vyapti, then phala vyapti. What is phala vyapti? That vritti gets the shape of that flower. The vritti which is pervading the flower gets the flower shape. Vritti gets the flower shape. Vritti pervades first. Vyapti means pervasion. Chidabhasa Sahita Vritti. Vritti cannot pervade otherwise. The beam of light like Vritti pervades the flower, Vritti Vyapti. Then that Vritti Vyapti gets the shape of the flower, Phala Vyapti. That Phala Vyapti gives the Phala Pushpa Jnana. Pushpa Vritti, Pushpa shape, Pushpa Jnana. This much mechanism is happening when you get any knowledge. Nowhere in no university they teach this, except Vedanta scriptural guru alone can unfold this. The entire Shastra, Vedanta Shastra, is talking about this. It is not my invention. This is the teaching. Then you get same like that you extend to any object. You see your daughter, Putri, Vritti Vyapti. Then that Vritti gets the form of that Putri, your daughter. Daughter knowledge. My daughter has come. My daughter has come. Vritti Vyapti, daughter Vritti. Daughter Vritti Vyapti. Then daughter Vritti Vyapti gets Phala Vyapti, daughter knowledge. Every knowledge is like this only. No other process. Every human being, every being, living beings, all, even dog has got this. Dog doesn't have self-awareness, but it also has got, if you show bread Vritti Vyapti, it knows. Even though dog doesn't have self-awareness, I am dog, some extent awareness it has got. Bread it is a food for me. It has got, because consciousness is there. It has got surroundings knowledge. It has got self-awareness, but it doesn't have I am dog. We have given name to that dog. Name we have given. Human being name we have given. It is one matter, bundle of matter. We have given name to this as a body. And we have given name human body. And we have given name as female human body. Which matter is functioning because of Sat and Chit. But we have ignored, forgotten, totally, not forgotten. We do not know at all. People, whole world, except in Vedanta class, all other people do not know what is Vritti Vyapti, what is Phala Vyapti, how Vritti has come, how mind is, inert mind is active, how inert body is active matter. Even scientists, they do not know this much deeper. They study about matter only. If they want to study about consciousness, they have to come to Shastra only. And they don't come to Shastra and they give different wrong definitions about consciousness. And instead of studying Shastra, our younger generations and older generations gives importance to science. Enna science? Engirikappa science, which is talking about matter. You're thinking I'm a great scientist, Anna. You are studying about molecules, atoms, which is matter. But we are studying about consciousness. Who is talking about atom, molecules, particles? Don't think my son is MSc PhD. Zero, Shastra says. If they do not know this knowledge, If they don't have this knowledge, self-awareness, how it is happening, how one can have self-surrounding awareness, how this Chidabhasa happening, where from it is coming, what is the truth, what is that existence, what is that consciousness. If they do not know what is this study, education and all, aparavidya, don't feel proud to that which is giving survival vidya, that is. Puja Swamiji says, education is not for mere survival. Therefore you have to come to paravidya. Without paravidya, with this aparavidya, you suffer more and you have lot of insecurity with this aparavidya. With materialistic science, however much great you are, Nobel Prize you have got, any prize you get, but you can never be complete person without this knowledge. What? Nana chidra ghatodara sthitamaha deepa prabha bhaswaram jnanam yasya chakshuradikarana dvara bahispandate, goes outside. Janami iti tameva bhantam anubhati sarva. Third line, you see, Janami iti tameva. I know. Janami means what? I know this is pot. I know this is mic. I know this is fan. I know I am here. I know I am female. I know I am a teacher. I know I am a student. Janami. Tameva. I know that self-awareness, consciousness principle I am. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Self-evident I am bhantam. Because of me, self-awareness, everything is evident. Anubhati sarvam. Tasya bhasa. Anubhati tameva bhantam anubhati iti etat samastam jagat. The entire universe is anubhati. Aham bhati bhami, first person. I am self-evident. Because of me, everything is evident. Who says this? Dakshinamurthy reveals this to Sanakasanandanas. To such Dakshinamurthy, my salutations. Shankaracharya says, thus Satyavratananda says, that's all. Shankaracharya says, this is the teaching of Dakshinamurthy to Sanakasanandana rishis. To such Dakshinamurthy, my salutations, Shankaracharya reveals that in fourth line. Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. Dakshinamurthy is the one who is teaching about this existence, consciousness principle in the form of self-awareness and surrounding awareness because of Chitta. Through the example, Shankaracharya communicating us in a simple manner. And we are managing not to understand. What a great people we are. And say it is difficult. Prepare your mind. Focus your mind. Concentrate your mind. You will understand. When my Guru understands, why not me? Everyone has to understand. They are supposed to understand. We are born to understand this only. We are not born to eat and sleep only. We are born to understand this truth. This is the meaning of this entire shloka. How much depth is there? You are chanting this shloka from past, I am teaching here from past 15, 18 years. We are chanting this shloka. You are also chanting from many years. Now you know one shloka, how much meaning it has got. Understand recitation ki shabda jnanam, artha jnanam, difference, and you understand now? I know chanting. I am expert in recitation. So what? Shabda jnanam must must culminate into Artha Jnana. Don't chant like a parrot lifelong. Suktams, slokas, chanting or chanting, tiredness for work. Chanting for youngsters, for children. That's why keep children in recitation. Parayana. Parayanam is not for elders. For elders, Artha Jnanam is required. But unfortunately, even elders also go for Parayanam only. Parayanam class and ellarku pidikum. Adhe Vishnu Sahasranam Parayanam vechanu ennukonga in the hall full aidum. Vishnu Sahasranama Parayanam Samskrita Bharati hall. If I give advertisement, hall edam pattadu. When I started Vishnu Sahasranama class like that only, in Shastra Prakashika, first class, no place for my people to sit. She knows that one student is here from the beginning. Vishnu Sahasranama class time, edam pattala. But slowly dropouts. When I started teaching word to word meaning, konja drop out. One student is micham, and the student, only one student, at least I am fortunate to have one student. That student of that class. What I want to say, gross-minded people only attracted to Shabda. You require subtle mind to understand the meaning. Artha Jnana needs some refinement. Why can't I attend all classes? What am I doing at home? One class, only one class, some students. Adi podu Swamini, adi over. I am not compelling any one of you. Why we are wasting our time? So many classes are going on, Swamini is taking. Why can't we study Naishkarma Siddhi? Why can't we study Uddhava Gita? Why can't we study Vichara Sagra? Why can't we study Brahma Sutra? Why can't we study Gita Bhashyam? Ennada Pandapuram Vitla Ukandi, Fan Kela Ukandi, TV Papo. How is that name? In the time Shabda Jnanam Mande, make use of it for Artha Jnanam. By the time you waste your time, you become older and older. In the clarity, I am talking from past 45 minutes, 50 minutes. One sloka meaning is not a joke. To disseminate this meaning, unless I have comprehend knowledge, thorough Bhagavad Gita knowledge, Gita Bhashyam is going on. Why can't we attend? In Tinagar I am taking 12th chapter Gita Bhashyam. Therefore, never miss that opportunity of Artha Jnanam. Either you are in the kitchen or you are in the hall in front of TV. Enna Pandapuram. Illenna Pandi Bazaar la irpad, Ranganath Street la irpad. A shopping. In the mood thavar enna pannindirkom. 1 hour class at least. Weekly only 5 classes, 6 classes. I am taking in English. Other 2 classes are in Telugu. Because that seriousness has not yet come inside us. Some of you are attending maximum classes, I know that. Artha Jnanam is very important. So what? Time is up. Next verse we will see in the next class. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.